Hello, my literary luminaries, and welcome back to another Top 5 Thursday. It is actually properly November in my world when you're seeing this, so I am taking precious time away from my words to come talk to you guys, but I'm okay. I'm already past par. It's all good. But see, I have my little book necklace and everything. It's so cute. Today's Top 5 Thursday topic is your top 5 most misleading synopses. Synopses, plural. And I don't know, this is rough because I feel like there's not a lot of books that I can come up with off the top of my head, like especially books that are on my bookshelf, that would have a misleading synopsis because I wouldn't keep it. Because if what the back of the book tells me does not match what I actually read, then I'm going to be frustrated with the book and less interested in finishing it. So this is kind of a little bit of a sketchy list, but I did my best, so without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. This is one that I don't actually have like a tangible copy of, and I can't remember the synopsis off the top of my head, but I chose A Song of Ice and Fire, just sort of in general, but particularly, we'll say A Game of Thrones, the first book. Because to my memory of the synopsis, it doesn't even remotely touch on everything that book is. I feel like I saw some sort of conversation recently about the book and whether or not it warns people, sort of, the sort of trigger warning, as it were, about what's actually in the book. And it doesn't even come close. But so I guess you could say that's misleading, dependent on what you think misleading is. You see my problem here, but in any event, so that's my number 1. Make of it what you will. Number 2. This is when I just started going over and picking up my books and being like, does this seem right? Number 2 is Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut. This is another one where you read the description and it covers this much of the book. And I understand you don't want to give away all the secrets of a book in the blurb. That's not what you do. But, oh god, Slaughterhouse is so much weirder and harder to follow, and just, I feel like the synopsis doesn't even touch what kind of book it is. But, I mean, again, maybe that's my copy. I'm basing it on what I read on the back of the book, but oh god, that book, I don't even know how to feel about it. I'm sorry, Denise. My friend Denise is the one that made me, not made me, but the one who strongly suggested I read the book. That book is weird in my brain. Number 3. I think this is less of a misleading synopsis and more of a I wish the synopsis had made this clearer. And I chose Seduced by Moonlight, which is by Laurell K. Hamilton, and I've talked about it several times on here before. And actually, for the reason that I've talked about this book a lot is that it's book 3 in the series, and I managed to pick it up and look at the blurb and do all this stuff and never realized that it was a book 3 at any point in time. I read through the whole book and didn't realize it was book 3. And so I don't know if that's misleading or not, but I was misled, whether or not it's the synopsis's fault. That was just a weird experience all the way around. I mean, I suppose it speaks well for the book, is that it stands alone well. I mean, after reading books 1 and 2, it all made a lot more sense, but I figured it out. I don't know. It was a weird scenario. Number 4. This is another one where I wish the synopsis had made this clearer. This didn't bother me, but my copy of the Dragonlance Chronicles, the annotated chronicles, I did not realize that the annotations were going to have, spoilers in them, plot-specific spoilers that you then find out, a book and a half ahead of where you're supposed to. Oops. I mean, I don't really know how the synopsis should have told me that, but again, I was grasping at straws a little bit here. I just remember how angry my friend was at the time when I was like, oh yeah, I know this thing. She's like, where are you in the books? And I told her, and she's like, you shouldn't know that yet. And I was like, oh, The annotation told me, whoops. So, I don't know. I suppose I should learn my lesson in that if you're going to read something that is annotated by the authors, you probably should have already read it. And finally, number 5. This one goes back to, like, sort of closer to the first 2 that I said. I apologize for the fact that I just realized that my fan is going, so there's probably a lot more ambient noise than you're used to. Sorry about that. It's warm in my office. No, book 5 goes back to what I was saying more about the first 2, in that this does not even remotely cover the totality of the book, and that's Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. I actually picked up my copy over there and read the blurb and was like, seriously, that's how you're describing this book? Not even close. Not even close. I mean, yes, the book is about Valjean and his majestic journey through life. But God, there's so much more to it, and it doesn't even touch on it at all. I'm like, all right, this makes it sound like I'm gonna be reading, like, On the Road or something, and it is decidedly not. I don't even know who writes these things. Like, I mean, I can't imagine that's what was on the book when, like, Victor Hugo put it out in Paris. I mean, for one thing, it would have been in French, but, like, I wonder how that happens. I don't know. I'm sure there's an editor somewhere. But those are my top 5 most misleading synopses. Let me know, have you ever come across a book that you think had a really misleading synopsis and you were not impressed? Let me know in the comments down below or on Twitter at KRyanFrey. I always love to hear from all of y'all. So, if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It is very much appreciated and very much helps. And hey, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, why not subscribe? YouTube will very kindly notify you anytime that I post a new video, which is usually every Tuesday and Thursday. But until next time, I shall bid you all adieu, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Actually, you'll probably see me on Saturday or so for a Nano update. But if not, then you'll see me on Tuesday for another Tuesday Talks. Bye! I don't know when I'm gonna have time to, like, record all of these videos. I don't know. The lighting is weird in this one too. I can't make it work properly for me. I don't know. It's 4:15 on November 1st, and I have 2,616 words. I'm gonna go write some more after I edit this. Yay!